All right, welcome back to She the NBA Junkie and B-Ball Junkies. Y'all know who we are.
Yes,
Very
indeed.
sad today, but let's get into it.
Yep. Last week there was still uh there was two playoff matchups going on in both conferences still. And since then we have reached the conference finals. So on the East, the Heat and Knicks series ended up being 4-2 Miami. And watching early games in this series, I mean it was apparent to most people that the Knicks weren't gonna make it through. That Jimmy Butler injury in Game One gave them a little bit of hope, but when they struggled to win Game Two at home, it kind of we don't see them doing too much in Miami, which they didn't. So they came back home, tried to fight, or they scaved off of elimination in Game Five, and then Miami took them home in Game Six. Um, Miami's on that run.
Yeah, I mean, Miami is really good and very well coached, which is, hey, Spo. I'm not sure how he's went this long without a Coach of the Year award, but I'm disappointed in the Knicks because going into this series, maybe I was just fooled thinking they had some type of offensive juggernaut with the way that they handled the Cavs, but maybe the Cavs just aren't good. I don't know. I'm just
No,
confused
yeah, that was
now.
definitely it. The Cavs just weren't good, or they weren't ready. Like not Jared Vanderbilt, Jared Allen said, the lights were too bright, and
I just
I,
can't believe he said
that's crazy. He said that, but I mean, yeah, they just didn't live up to the matchup. And then also, I mean,
it's
the
Randall.
yeah, Julius Randle
It's not a
struggled
playoff
in the Cavs
riser.
series. Yeah,
This
so seeing him struggle in the Cavs, and he definitely can't do that against the Heat. They
I
were
thought
gonna play
that
even better defense.
was, yeah, I thought that was just a situation where, like, okay, he just came back from injury. He missed the last couple of weeks of the season, but then it just kept going, and he just kept. It was like watching a different version of Da on the Knicks
He's
team.
just a bad player.
Yeah,
Yes.
I just
No. Okay, I watched this YouTube video by Andy Hoops. I think that's his name. It was literally it's called Players Who Shrink in the Playoffs. And the first part was about Julius Randle, second part was DeAndre Ayton. And it's literally their I guess their approach to the game flips. Like when things aren't going right for Julius Randle, he attacks harder and harder and
mm.
it's more bricks. And it's very ugly to watch. It's very terrible to watch. But on the flip side, in Phoenix, he's like passive and he's not doesn't assert his dominance. And I mean, I know it's hard. I can't imagine, but he's not at least the same aggression as Julius Randle is as far as shrinking in the
No,
playoffs.
if he had the level of aggression that Julius Randle had, he'd be the best center in the league.
You
But
see, that's the thing. The aggression
just
is not
doesn't have
there.
any aggression at all.
Yeah,
Huh.
but we'll get to them in a second. But yeah, Miami closed them out in six. They did what they had to do. Won the games at home and stole one on the road in game one. So they're meeting up with the matchup from last year. Like you were saying, um, Celtics ended up coming back from a 3-2 deficit, pushed it to seven.
It's not that big, but
It's big when it's like eight. I forgot what the exact score, but they were struggling so hard to score in that fourth quarter with Jason Tatum sitting at 1 for 10 or whatever it was.
mhm.
And then he saved his legacy right there. That was a legacy saver because the allegations were in question late in that fourth quarter for sure.
His allegations are still in question with me. When it specifically when it comes to trying to put him in the top five and he solidified himself over everybody else. Not really, but I think it was
That
even
that
like
game
three
seven
straight
made him
games.
bitter.
Yeah, that game seven, it didn't just solidify his spot, but he did save himself because he's still been. Hey, the games have been rough for him. Been
Nah,
a lot
he
of tour
struggled.
date shootings,
Yeah,
like I said.
he been struggling, but hey, that
Yes.
was a masterclass performance that he put on in Game
Yeah.
Seven.
I
Um,
said that from the beginning. This series will be predicated on how he plays. If you get up there shooting all them tour dates, that's why they struggled. But
but
finally, he
Philly
has.
didn't even help. Like if they didn't shoot anything inside the paint the whole second half. Like I promise you, they did not. They shot once they kept getting down by it was like 18,
Mm,
21,
yep.
25, and they
At
keep
that
going
point,
down and jacking up threes like you're gonna get
yeah,
it back in one shot. Like,
yep,
dude. And that's where Doc comes in because you need to call a timeout and say, hey, it's one play by play.
yeah.
Let's get it to the MVP, right? He's the MVP, he's 7 foot.
The MVP didn't even want to do anything because Al Horford has locked into that mode again that he was on when he was guarding Giannis last season. So I mean, he just couldn't do anything against Al because they were really only doubling him when Marcus Smart came and for some reason was guarding Joel. I don't know what that was about. I think
And,
Al picked up 2 fouls, but that's when they started doubling him. The other times it was straight one-on-one coverage against Al, and he was not going at him. He stopped doing his little foul bait move. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Do your specialty. Go get to the free throw line. But I don't know.
I I don't know. I felt like
It's looking very fraudulent right now. That's all I know.
this is why it is a regular season award.
Yeah, because he only cares about the regular season. When the postseason comes, he's like, all right, I did my part. Y'all be
I
easy.
mean, he gets hurt and it's very spontaneous and it's unlucky. Like he has a torn knee right now. So I mean he is
Mhm.
hurt. But like this one, they should have closed it out in Philly. But I
Yeah,
mean, he another one of his game sevens where the ball just literally bounced for the other team with the Raptors with Kawhi. So I mean, he's been there, and sometimes it just don't go their way. But I don't know what they're gonna do coming up. Shoot, they done been firing coaches. I guess big time coaches this season. So it
that's
would
what I was
not be a
saying.
surprise to anybody if Doc is out of there.
Doc is probably done, and hopefully the Suns don't want him a part of nowhere near Phoenix. Keep him far, far away. Shoot,
Yeah, what the report y'all are trying to get Budenholzer. I knew that was coming, but I don't know
keep
about that
him
one.
far away.
I
That's
don't
the
know.
problem.
I
Why
don't
would
know.
you fire Monty if we don't have a better replacement out there? Ime is gone. Keep Monty. There's nothing better.
That dude, that
Oh,
Matt Ishbia trying to make some moves. I don't know nothing about him, but shoot, he got the money, so he say, "This is my team. I'm going to do whatever I want."
hopefully he got a big stack to throw at Ty Lue. Because if we don't get Ty Lue, you should have kept Monty. Because what's out
Wait,
there that's better? Nick Nurse? Hardly.
Ty Lue, he's still under contract.
I think so. I don't know how they're gonna. He's apparently one of the front runners for us to get. If we can get Ty Lue, I'm fine with us firing Monty. If we get Bud, I'm not a Suns fan because what are we doing?
Oh no, he got a big deal. Yeah, he received a 5-year deal in 2022.
Jesus. This is just putting us so much more in debt with money that we already didn't have to begin with. It's a
No,
lot
but that's the thing
of
is
going around.
he's very rich. So y'all's pockets are deep. Y'all got them Golden State pockets now. But the new CBA does affect that, and
Yeah.
it really, really hurts the teams who try to do that. So I don't know if that's what's going to happen. But shoot, since we're talking about it, let's go ahead and switch over there to the Suns and Nuggets series. Y'all came back and tied it up 2-2.
I
Um,
expected that.
like everybody said. And I think, I mean, it was spectacular, but it can't last forever, especially when you're playing the whole game. Devin Booker fell off, and KD just wasn't there, at least from the
Fell
3-point
off.
line for
Yeah,
sure.
that's the problem. Devin Booker could have kept going at the rate that he was going if he wasn't getting blitzed. Like I'm talking about, they literally had 3 bodies surrounding him. He couldn't drive. And if the shot ain't falling, I mean, he had 2 people on him. And that's the same thing that happened in game 7 last year. Like people say that he doesn't rise up in closeout games. I mean, damn, what he's supposed to do? Just keep shooting over 2, 3 bodies? It's not fair. Look at Jason Tatum. JT didn't face one double team last night because the Celtics are so deep. You can't double off him.
Well, I mean, they shoot. They all shoot the three. That's literally their
Yes.
offense. So yeah, you can't double off of them. But I mean, and he shoots most of the time. But I don't
Even
know.
Campaign had 31, but ain't nobody scared of Campaign. They like, we gonna let you beat us. They'll
Yes,
be scared of Jaylen Brown. And if KD could make a damn shot, they would have been scared of him. but he building a house right up in Footprint Center.
Mm.
Jeez.
I don't know what y'all gonna do, but y'all got to get better. And the money is also very tight over there since KD
Yeah,
got a
that's
fat contract, Devin got a fat contract. I
DA
think.
has a max
Oh yeah,
contract.
him too. I think y'all gonna keep Chris Paul though. I don't think y'all gonna get rid of him.
I hope so. All our fans want to let him go. No, you keep the point guard and you load up at the point guard position like the Celtics did.
Mm.
Jesus Christ. This is why they're
Y'all
not.
need wings, or no, y'all need a good four and a good big man.
Yes, everyone was like, we need to
DeAndre
put
Ayton is
KD
tripping.
back at the 3. So
So
I
y'all
don't.
just need somebody who could sit in the corner. Like Jay Crowder would be perfect if he wasn't gone.
Yeah, but he didn't want to come off the bench. And that's what he's doing now. Freaking idiot, dude. Oh my
Getting
God.
DMPs in the playoffs, which is crazy, but
Yes. You could have been getting good quality minutes over here, bro. What are we doing?
his
Oh,
little losing final streak he had for a couple of years. But yeah, so Denver closed y'all out in 6. The Joker, spectacular. I mean, you got to give it to him. DeAndre Ayton is supposed to be one of the better defenders. Supposed to be.
I mean, it's only so much you can do with Jokic. He was an
No,
MVP
I
conversation.
understand that. I understand that.
But
But
then again, when you look at Big Al and how he was guarding the actual MVP, it's like, well, dang, could we have done something? Or is Jokic just better? Jokic
yeah,
is slightly better than Joel. I'm going to be honest.
Jokic averaged 35, 13, and he averaged a triple double on DeAndre
Yeah.
Ayton.
You can't double
So,
him because he can find everybody. So you have to play. That's how you have to play him straight up.
mm,
But then again, he can cook us and he does that foul baiting crap so he can get to the free throw line. And then he's just stronger than everybody. So
yeah,
you have
he's
everyone.
super strong.
So
He's extremely strong,
he
which
had
I'm interested in how it's going to be in this next round. But he shot, that's crazy that he shot that. And it was on 60% from the field
eh.
and 44% from three. This dude is spectacular. But let's get to DeAndre Ayton. Supposed to be one of the best defenders, at least in the Western. I would say he's a quality big man that's in the Western Conference, and it's full of pretty good big men. Mm.
He's not the best defender as far as stats go.
Nah,
Because
he's
he
on the
doesn't really
bottom
block a
half.
lot of
I
shots.
take it back. There's actually a lot of really good defenders in the
Yeah.
West and really good big men, just period. So my bad, DeAndre. But yeah, so
I'd put him like top 7 in bigs because he just ruined his spot a little bit after this.
I got a question. Do you think the series goes same if y'all don't do that trade and y'all still have Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson?
We probably don't even make it past the Clippers if we have them.
Really?
Mikal, I don't understand why people think that the way that Mikal is playing right now in Brooklyn is the way that he would have been playing for us. That's not how he would have
No,
been.
no, no, no.
That's what we were
Keep it the
encouraging him
same
to do.
way that he played. Because he
And
played amazing for the team, just the way he played,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
why it was so hard to let him go.
If we would have kept at least Cam Johnson, the series would have went a little bit different. But I think KD was needed. He actually played decently against the Clippers, but just completely lost himself against the Nuggets. I don't know what happened. But
Because having, man, and I mean, y'all definitely missed him, but having him, well, I guess both of them, because they both shoot and defend, having them
yes,
or missing
wait,
them is hard
yes.
to
The
have.
series might have went slightly different. I just realized that Mikal is our point of attack defender. Only in this series it would have went different because Kel could have locked up Jamal Murray, and then if we pass it to him wide open in the corner, unlike Josh Okogie, he's gonna knock it down. So now you have to play honest because you got Cam Johnson who can shoot and get to the rim. Mikal can shoot and get to the rim, and then
Man, that's
you can just
why.
sit there and double book.
But that's why they were comfortable giving away old dude Jay Crowder because that was you drafted Cam Johnson. So
Yeah,
that's that four person who's supposed to sit in that corner.
right,
I think it would have. I mean, Devin Booker is going to be Devin Booker, so
right.
I'm thinking of the same production, but just with a little bit more help to space out the floor a little bit better. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't
But
get
I
better
mean,
than off of
they're gonna,
KD. So I mean,
yeah,
he had perfect
the
spacing.
gravity and everything.
Yeah,
So.
the offense, maybe it's a little bit tweaking here and there, but
Yeah.
definitely would have helped some on defense. Mikal Bridges, he was right there. He had that made first team on defense last year, and
Should have won
second,
Defensive Player of the
yeah,
Year.
second defensive player of the year. But good luck to them next year. I don't know what the Nets are doing, but I see people thinking of trades for different teams with the Nets, and I don't think they're gonna get rid of them two people.
I would hope not, but I think the Grizzlies might be trying to close in on Kale.
I
So,
hope. I really, and we'll speak about that situation
mhm.
here, here in a second. But I really hope that the Nets, I think they made a good trade for their team. So I hope they keep those two players because they're actually really good. They may
Yeah,
be able to attract a bigger star at some point. Who knows? Because they're
they
young too. I don't know how young Mikal Bridges is, but I'm assuming Cam Johnson's like pretty young still.
yeah, I think they're both around like 26, 25. Kale's gonna be
Dang,
7.
he's that old.
Yeah, same age as Book.
Dang, I didn't know that he was that old. So they're over the 25. Okay. So okay, but yeah, Denver wins that one in 6. They're in the Western Conference Finals. And the most hyped series, the second round, the Lakers and Warriors.
Hyped for
My
the right
Lakers took them
reason.
out in game 6. This was a big I feel this was a big legacy matchup.
No,
There was previously two LeBron Steph head-to-head matchups.
and
It
those were
was
more competitive than this one.
1-1. No, it wasn't. The first one,
Yes.
2015, LeBron played them by himself with
This was
nobody.
an awful series. Do not count this series towards Steph legacy because his team did not help him at all.
That's what it's like being a LeBron fan. In 2015, when Kyrie is injured, in overtime of game 1, he breaks his kneecap, and Kevin Love's shoulder was ripped out by Kelly Olynyk in round 1. So of course nobody else is gonna help. We're not even asking for it from them. But that's what I'm saying. It was 1-1. We beat the greatest regular season team, even though they did steamroll the playoffs, that 2016 team,
Mhm.
minus the Western Conference Finals, which KD and them should have won. And the NBA will be very different if that happens, but we can get done that another time. But this was a good one because it was tied and LeBron finally prevailed 2-1 because them KD teams, nobody was going to beat them. And
Yeah,
I still am really sad
except for the
about Chris
Rockets.
Paul.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
if he doesn't go down, he saves James Harden's legacy because I think James Harden was going to fumble it anyway in game 7, but at least Chris Paul's there to help and he's healthy. That's younger Chris Paul too, so that's a very good Chris Paul because he was a 3-point
Yes.
shooter and everything. So yeah, that was a tough one, but I'm glad we knocked him out. But this is going to be interesting for them this offseason because they got issues with money and the GM Jordan Poole. His contract is looking horrific right about now. So we got to see what they're going to do. If Clay and Draymond will take a pay cut.
I mean, I don't think Clay will. His ego is too big. If he was smart, he would, because I tried to call it that he was washed, but everybody, oh God, he scored 40 against the Rockets. No, he's terrible, but
I mean, he
okay.
had a good regular season, but
Decent.
He struggled in this round for sure. He had the game 2 with 30 points. But I
Yeah.
mean, me watching the game, that's open shots. So I mean,
Yeah.
and he's the second best 3-point shooter of all time. So he's going to knock him down, I would think.
That's his
But
issue, is if he's not getting open shots, he's really a negative on defense because he can't handle the ball at all. He's made it this long because Steph is so great, but it's not working anymore.
he just struggled. He's a big too. Also, I think Clay's like 6'7", so he can,
Yeah.
he does that little that pull up in the lane where he'll bump and then fade, so he can
Uh-huh.
hit that. But he got to be on for it to get to hitting. So I don't know. Draymond, I don't think they're gonna pay him a lot of money. There's no way they pay him a big contract. We'll see what they do.
They got to get rid of one of them. And if you can cut Jordan Poole's contract into a fourth, give him to Phoenix because we won't punch him in the face. We'll treat him with love.
Ooh, you don't want that issue. You do not want Jordan Poole on that team. The defense is horrendous.
Okay, true. But the
And
offense is going to outweigh the bad. Look at Jokic. He can't defend anything, but he's so great on offense that people just keep on riding his coattails.
Jordan Poole had a horrible regular season and a horrible playoffs.
Eh,
I wouldn't be
same
actively
point.
trying to get him. There's no need for y'all to get Jordan Poole. He's not better than Landry Shamet. He's
Yes,
not
he
that.
is. Oh
No,
God,
no, no,
Landry
no,
Shamet is
no.
awful.
They do the exact same thing. Damian
No,
Lee, maybe,
Jordan Poole can
but
actually handle the ball.
but you got to understand, Jordan Poole's value is he's $28 million next year. That's in the Jason Tatum range of 30. Like that's close to them.
That's
So he's got to be a starting level player on another team or a six man. Do you want him to be your six man or a starting player next to
over
Book?
Landry Shamet. Mm-mm.
Mm.
But I don't want that money at all. I don't want the money that comes with it. If he was getting paid the same amount as Landry Shamet, buy Sham.
Oh well, yeah, that's a pickup. But no,
Yeah.
he's a Jason Tatum level player because he's 28 million. Darius Garland, all these people got big max deals, and
Hmm.
he's there. That's a terrible contract about right now.
Yes. It's
Um,
looking like a bad contract now, but
yeah, it's bad, but enough about those losers. Dynasty's over. Lakers, I mean, we were just bigger. I mean, we're a deeper team than they were. I mean, Jordan Poole didn't show up, people that they were supposed to rely on. So we took them out of six, so we did what we were supposed to do. We're still undefeated at home. Just
congrats.
like the people we're meeting up with here tomorrow. But I guess we can get into a little bit of predictions since we're on this Western Conference. The Nuggets Lakers. What are you thinking about the matchup? It's I guess mainly it's gonna come down to AD and Jokic.
Honestly, I don't want either team to win, so it hurts to have to pick one. If I had to be realistic, I want the Lakers to win, unfortunately. Um, I would think that y'all can get it done in seven, but I don't know because I don't know how y'all defend the 3-pointer, and I don't know if y'all can last when they run because Denver gets out in transition and they are going to run y'all out the gym in their altitude, and y'all are going to be dog tired. So I don't know.
Hmm. We do have that's our one thing about defense is transition defense, but we just ran with the Warriors, who I think run more than Denver because you got to wait for that big Jokic to come.
That's what somebody tried to tell me last night. And be that as it may, they still ran us out the gym, even with Jokic.
Yeah,
Or
but y'all are in an up and down team because y'all shoot jumpers.
can be once Chris Paul got off the court.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That most of the season is with or a good or I guess because he's the main starter. With him,
Mm,
it's slower, and I mean, shoot,
yeah.
with Chris Paul is slower. With big 280 pound, 300 pound Jokic, he gonna have to catch up. So I don't know if they're gonna. I think we're gonna try to push the pace to get because he's slow, and that's the
Yeah.
thing that's the AD gonna be is to speed him up or use his speed as a weakness. So he's a traffic cone in the paint. I don't know what they're gonna do. I kind of feel like one of the adjustments we might make um is maybe putting AD as a person to roam, but I think they might have to just have him guard Jokic straight up. But if it comes too much a problem where he's pulling AD out the paint, I think they're gonna have to switch him on to Dreadhead, what's his name? Aaron Gordon, and be a roamer off of him.
I mean, you can't really roam off Aaron Gordon because he can knock it down as he
He can
showed
knock it
Tatum.
down, but we got it. That's the one
But
thing we can give up. Can't
really,
give
the
up
objective
speed.
should be for AD to stay on Jokic. That way he can put his hands up in his face and he can't see all those. Because that's all he does is catch the ball. And as soon as that passer make it, they cut and spring. So just make sure you got fast guards on them,
That's the thing. Like our guards do play defense. Or
Yeah.
we've been chasing around the Warriors. So I mean,
Yeah.
they showed me that they will run and put the effort forth. So LeBron picks up his defensive intensity too with Aaron Gordon.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, and everything's going towards the paint. So I mean,
Y'all
that's
are
what we
perfectly matched.
that's what we like to do. I mean, this is the exact same team we played literally 3 years ago. We beat them. It's the same matchup, AD and Jokic. I mean,
It's a
I
different
don't.
team. The Nuggets are better than what they were that year, but
I
or maybe
mean,
not because
you
Jamal
switch
Murray
out.
actually helped.
Yeah,
So
they've had Jamal Murray. I think it was Michael Porter Jr.'s first year, if you want to give him that, but he hasn't. He's solidified himself as a shooter. He's not anything much than that, much
and he
other.
didn't
Or,
really do anything in this last series. I'm still not impressed, but
yeah, he's just a
really could
shooter.
have stayed hurt, honestly.
And they had Jamal Murray at the height of his powers when he was going crazy in the bubble.
He
And
ain't gonna
you
get you there
switch
now.
Paul Millsap with Aaron Gordon and trade Gary Harris with KCP. So I'm not, and I think our bench is our contributing factors on the bench are way better than theirs. I'm gonna choose I'm gonna choose Rui over Christian Brown. Who else they got coming off? Bruce Brown's a very good person off the bench,
Brown is good.
but I think we can match that. We're deep at the guard position for sure. But if Lonnie's gonna get those minutes, we can match that, and he's more athletic than Bruce Brown, which is a help because uh, Bruce Brown, he likes to get up and down, and he's a very big rebounder for the guard position and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So we'll see what happens. Game one will be interesting. Hopefully, we get a little bit of rest to go up in the mountains and play. But I think we do the normal. We still game one. That's what we did 2020. Hit that game winning shot, game two. But yeah, I pick Lakers in six.
Oh God, here we go again, Shannon. Yeah, I'm not giving y'all that. It's going 7. If y'all don't, it's going 7 if y'all win. If y'all lose, it could be shorter. Because that altitude is no joke.
My thing is our whole team is a paint. We bruise the paint, and that's the one thing they don't do is defend the paint. So
Yeah,
I just want to know who gonna guard AD.
what about
Definitely
all that?
Jokic
Who
is
gonna
already
guard
getting up, I
Jokic?
guess. Who gonna guard LeBron? Who's guarding AR? Who's guarding D'Angelo
Nobody
Russell?
worried about Austin Reeves. They got enough offense to outshoot him. He's the
Austin Reeves
for them.
just outplayed the 76th best player of all time, Klay Thompson. So
Devin Booker did that all season.
put an AR against KCP or even Michael Porter Jr. I'm not mad at.
Eh,
But I got
we'll
my
see.
pick Lakers in six. You going who? Us in seven?
Yeah, Lakers and
Okay,
seven.
I like that. Okay, the Heat and Celtics rematch. This went 7 last year. Tyler Hero, I'm assuming, is going to come back. It's only a broken hand. Takes 6
And if
weeks
he
to.
comes back, he can't help them.
You don't. The Heat are playing. They're doing exactly what they need to do to beat everybody. And this is the Heat and Celtics are the matchup. It's 2020. It's last year. It's this one. They know each other and they know how to beat each other. I mean, it is 1-1, so this is the one to break that tie.
Okay, let's see. This is gonna hopefully it doesn't come down to coaching because if it does, Miami's gonna win. All Jason Tatum has to do, and Jaylen Brown, they have to get on the same wavelength and have a good game at the same time. That's what's gonna. It's always Jaylen Brown has a good game and then Jason Tatum is doing terrible. Or Jason Tatum got 50, Jaylen Brown got 19. Like it can't. They can't just keep offsetting each other like that. They have to get on the same wavelength. That's what killed Book and KD. Couldn't get on the same wavelength. Except KD never had a better game than Book, unfortunately.
I'm interested who Jimmy Butler's going to guard. Um, if it's going to be Jason or Jaylen Brown, because I
Probably
think
depending
he'll
on who's
probably,
going off that game.
yeah, I mean, he'll probably switch on both of them, but I think they'll start him on Jason Tatum, who is,
The
and
heck else
they'll
is
probably
going to
put,
guard the other star?
I feel like they'll put Max Strus or somebody. No, sorry, not
Yeah.
Max Strus. Gabe Vincent. They'll probably put Gabe
Yeah.
Vincent on there.
How tall is Gabe Vincent?
He's
Because
probably
that's
like
a
six
huge
two.
chicken.
He's like 6'2", probably. Let me see.
Yeah. He's getting cooked by whatever superstar they put him on.
But I mean, he gonna stay in front. That's all you need. He's a relatively good defender. That's the Heat are about. But their team defense and also, I feel like they match up very well with the Celtics because they're just gonna switch. And Missoula don't like running Robert Williams in there. So at
Yeah.
that point, you switching everything, and that's an everything switch. Besides, when they have Duncan Robinson on the court, or even Max Strus, maybe they'll do a hard hedge and send him back. But
We shall
yeah,
see.
6'2".
I realistically, the Celtics should win this series. They have the better bench, they have the deeper team, they have better offense, and they have better players.
They
So
should win it, and I would say they had the exact same thing last year, but with an even better coach and with an even better defense. But Miami is they were Jimmy Butler making a 3 away from going to the finals last year. And Miami has beat the number 1 team in the league.
yeah, not comparing them to the Celtics because the Celtics actually do what they're supposed to do as one of the best teams in the NBA. The Bucks are frauds. So I'm going Celtics in
It's going 7.
6. No,
They
Jason Tatum
just
is gonna do
they just
what
went
he's
to
supposed to
7
do.
with the frauds of Philadelphia.
No, 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 no. They only went to 7 because Jason Tatum did the opposite of what he was supposed to do and didn't shoot the ball right.
Hey man, I
He's
don't
gonna
know
walk in.
what about the Heat that you haven't been noticing, but they coming, especially this year's playoff run, they coming to play.
Yeah,
And the
they look
Celtics
great.
are bullshitting.
Uh,
So they gave the Hawks 2 wins and they gave the Sixers 3 wins.
okay,
Hey,
Celtics in 7. Either way, go to Celtics are winning. And then they're gonna beat whoever comes out the West. Jason Tatum is getting his first ring. And then Devin Booker's gonna go get 2.
nah, look, this was happening. I mean, Celtics, they've been playing very iffy, and the Heat, it's the culture of the Heat. They're gonna come and play, man. So like you can't mess around. Just like the Celtics did last year in the
Yeah.
freaking finals, and they kept playing around, turning over the
Yep.
ball. It gets me hot every time I talk about it because it's so simple. Don't turn over the ball, you win the game,
Yeah.
literally.
Jason
But
Tatum had like the most turnovers out of anybody in the postseason.
getting clamped up by Andrew Wiggins is crazy to me. It's crazy, but I think they get it done at 17.
Yeah.
It's a coin flip because last year it's one possession away from Miami going to the finals. So I
If it
think I
goes
think it
to
goes
7,
7.
it's anybody's game.
Yeah,
But I
it'll
think
be back in Boston. It'll be back in Boston. Game 7 in Boston. So I think
and
they'll take
home
it. I
advantage
think they'll
clearly
take
doesn't mean anything to them because it's
it.
like terrible on his home court. So
I'm hoping for a Lakers Celtic matchup, and we'll get number 18 before they do this year.
uh-uh.
But quickly, we got 6 minutes left. Couple of the stories. So yeah, y'all fired. We talked a little bit about Monty being fired.
Oh,
Um, John Morant caught
I
again with a gun on IG Live.
it's like I saw a tweet that said that gun be speaking to him like the Green Goblin mask. I just why do you keep pulling like what is
That's so
wrong?
funny, dude. I don't like. It's crazy to me. Like watching the video, the friend looks and sees that the gun's out, flashes the phone, then he's like, "Oh, sorry." Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, come on.
He
Come
was over there
on.
jamming. He was like, you know what? This will be the perfect time to pull out the gas. Like, what, John, what are we doing? Oh my God.
He's really trying to ruin it. He didn't get his super max deal because he didn't make all NBA.
Yep.
He's really playing with his money. I don't know. He gonna like they said he gonna get a big suspension starting off the
Yeah.
season.
There's no
So
way his Nike deal survives this, bro.
that's what I'm saying. He got a signature shoe and everything. Like they
Yeah.
gonna make him cut his dreads or something. Like something drastic's gonna happen, or he's gonna lose the big things for sure.
Yeah. It's just I don't understand. Just he just won't stop. I don't get it.
Talk about somebody who hasn't learned a freaking lesson.
Literally 2 months ago, and he didn't. He was just like, "Oh, okay, well." But that's what happens when Adam Silver just gives him a slap on the wrist. So yeah,
Yeah, and his little fake whatever that was that he went to
yes, I have
for
to
a
figure
couple
out
of
different ways to
days.
my stress. Like, y'all don't piss me off, bro. For real.
For a
Jesus,
couple of
take
days.
accountability.
Let's see anything else that happened. Oh,
Um.
the draft lottery is coming up. I think it's right before the game tomorrow.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so that's something to look out for.
I guess the only thing that I had was Joel Embiid bull crapping on the podium after the game. Yeah.
And
Blaming
he but he
teammates.
knew that though, because he even like chuckled, trying to. He knew it was funny getting it out. So like,
Oh, you're talking about the Giannis thing? I was talking about
the
blaming his
5-on-5
teammates.
saying that Tatum and
Yes.
James can't win. I was like, nah,
Yeah.
I don't
That
know what
was
you're talking
crazy.
about. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. You had a pretty good like the way y'all play, like dump it into you. They double kick
Uh-huh.
it out for a three. I mean,
Right.
you have everything you need around you. You have a great
Literally.
defenders. I mean, You just got to show up. You're the MVP, and you didn't even
Hello.
show up. So how you gonna say that it's not against y'all two to win? Show up,
Like,
do something
how much
about it.
more do you need, bro? Like, ungrateful. I'm telling you, if Devin Booker had that supporting cast, rings on rings on rings. I just don't know what we're doing. Some
Yeah,
people are so ungrateful. I can't.
that I mean, he just it's weird. He didn't. I think he should have been better, but like I said, he's hurt. So I mean, you got to
Well,
give him that.
put up 30s, put up 30 in a closeout game. But at least the attention is on the MVP now. So can't nobody talk mess about Devin Booker after his historic run, because I'm sad it came to an end.
Yeah, and he's still not all NBA. So
Crap. Oh my God.
maybe he'll get that one day.
We're coming for it next year. He got it the year before. So we're getting.
Yeah. Well, we got game one of the Western Conference Finals tomorrow on ESPN. Game one of Eastern Conference TNT Wednesday.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I guess we're going to start off these final four teams. It's a repeat of the bubble. I'm excited for it.
You're really excited
Nuggets
because
are
the
good.
Lakers are in there.
Yes, yes.
Because it's a super
I've
board.
been I've been dealing with pain. You don't understand. Hey, you do understand the struggle of having Russell Westbrook on you. You were you were an OKC fan back in the day.
Yes.
So and that was peak Russell, honestly. This is back half of career Russell. You don't understand the pain of last year. It's good to have this you know with major Western Conference Finals. I'm excited for it. But yeah, you can close us out unless you got anything else.
No, I think that's it. I guess once we get back, we'll be about 2 or 3 games deep, I
Yeah,
think.
I don't think they're gonna. I think they'll stretch it out a little bit. Probably 2 games, 2, 3 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're saying.
So yeah, I mean, y'all keep up with the game so you understand what we're talking about. Hopefully, Ja is not suspended half of the season or the entire season. We shall see.
We
Jesus.
shall see.
But yeah, y'all know where to find us on YouTube, B-Ball Junkies, and on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, She the NBA Junkie. And
Mm-hmm.
we are out.